Hi there, my name is Chloe Pierce, and today for my instructional video, I'm going to be making scrambled eggs. Now, scrambled eggs is kind of a 50-50 chance on whether you like them or not. Some people love them, could eat them every day, and to some people, scrambled eggs are as bad as eating lava. I personally enjoy scrambled eggs with my breakfast every once in a while, but we make them a little bit different in my family, I think, so I thought today that it would be a good idea to show you how my family makes scrambled eggs. So, why would you eat scrambled eggs anyway, besides the taste? Scrambled eggs are a really good and inexpensive way to get a lot of protein in the mornings before you head off to work or school. And they also have very high levels of biotin, which is really healthy for your hair and nails. So, besides the taste, they are good for you in many ways. So the first thing that you need, obviously, is a bowl, which I have here. And today I'm going to be making 2 eggs. So just crack them against the side of a cabinet. Pull the sides apart. Make sure not to get any shells or anything, because while the egg is healthy for you, the shells are not. So there's 1. And there's 2. All right. And I do like to season my eggs after I wash my hands. All right, so I do like to season my eggs with a little salt and pepper, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You always wanna wash your hands after you handle eggs, just so that there's no chance of hurting yourself if they do not end up being cooked all the way. So here's pepper. Add some of that in there. And because I like things a little bit spicy, I am actually going to add some cayenne pepper to my eggs. I find that it helps wake me up a little bit in the mornings, but not a lot because it's really overpowering. All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take a fork and just whisk those up. And you want to try to whisk the eggs so that there's no big chunks of yolk still stuck together. You really want it to be really well blended, and you don't want the yolk and the white part of the egg to be separated. You want those to be really combined so that you don't get a lot of separation when you cook your eggs. All right, so those look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the pan that's right here. I like to put it on around medium heat. That gives the eggs time to heat up and not to brown too much. Oh, one more thing. I also like to put a little bit of water in my eggs. I've heard that it makes them lighter and fluffier, and I tried it before, and it actually works really well. But the thing is, you don't want to add too much, so just a little bit will go a really long way. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. This is not salsa, it's water. All right, go ahead and whisk that up some more. The water will also help the eggs to combine a little bit better. All right, so now that our pan is heated up, I like to add a little bit of butter to the bottom of the pan. And again, not a lot. A little bit goes a long way, but I find that butter keeps it from sticking to the bottom of the pan and also just gives it a little bit of extra flavor. So just about this much will be great. Put that in the pan, maybe. Okay, so now that that's in the pan, I'm gonna go ahead and let that melt just enough. Okay, and then go ahead, give them a little bit of one more whisk. All right, and just go ahead and put your eggs directly into the pan, just like that. Now, eggs are sometimes interesting because it really depends on what kind of eggs you like. Some people like their eggs kind of with a little bit of a layer of crisp on them. You know, they've got a little bit of brown. And if you do like that, all you do is just leave your eggs in the pan for a little bit longer. I personally find that to not be very delicious. So for my eggs this morning, I am going to get them out as soon as possible without being underdone. So as you cook your eggs, they start to kind of clump together and almost congeal, kind of like Jell-O. And that sounds really gross, but it is really, really, really amazing. So I'm just going to keep moving those. If you were going to make something like an omelet, you would not move the eggs, and then that would keep all of them holding together. But since I am making scrambled eggs this morning, I'm just going to keep moving them across the pan. The heat will still do its work, and they will still be amazing. All right. Now, another question is when they're done. So, like I said before, some people do like to have that little layer of brown in their eggs. I really don't. But then sometimes I don't cook them enough, and then they kind of feel extra squishy, and that's not good either. So finding that right balance is really great. They should have a little bit of bounce to them and not be dry. So they should shimmer a little bit in the light. Right? I'm going to go ahead and grab my plate. Put my eggs right here. Just like that. Okay. So that is how you make scrambled eggs. I hope you all learned a little something today. Thanks.